Welcome to another episode of The Profile. I'm Gary Dunn, and tonight in the hot seat is Mr. Craig Ballantyne. How are you, Craig?
Yeah, good, Gary, yourself?
Yeah, thanks for coming in, mate.
Thanks for asking.
You enjoy the catering and the massage?
It was beautiful.
Get the massage on the table?
Blueberry muffins, that's my favourite, the blueberry muffins,
Yeah,
man, they were fantastic.
Mate, we don't spare any expense on this
No,
program,
I know.
do we, Craig?
Yeah, it was awesome.
And you came in and you found out now, so...
Even the was it international roast coffee as well?
Yeah,
that was nice.
Fantastic.
That was great.
There's 74 beans in every cup of that, I tell you. Hey, Craig, we'll start with where were you born?
I was born in Glasgow.
Yep.
Yeah, back in Scotland.
The green side or the blue side?
Well, I'm actually on the blue side.
Yep.
Yeah. But it's funny, I was actually born right across from the National Stadium.
Oh, right.
Scotland's National Stadium, Hampden Park, yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was Queen's Park that used to play in that
Queen's
stadium,
Park,
you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yep, they are still in the second division, aren't
I don't know where they are. Somewhere there. Probably.
So what instruments do you play?
Mainly guitar.
Yep.
I play a bit of piano. Probably, yeah. I could gig with it, but I probably couldn't play jazz or anything.
Yeah.
But piano, and I played sax for about probably 4 or 5 years, and then just gave it away after that. Yeah.
So you don't play engagement rings? You play sax?
Yeah. Oh, you've heard the story.
Yeah. No, I'll
Oh,
listen to that story later. You told me that one, but yeah. So what was the turning point in your life, or the light bulb moment where you just realised this is what I'm going to do?
Well, I was away doing my dad's place and that, you know, doing in probably a place. It was actually a wee guitar class that I started playing at, you know. My dad took me doing, you know, he's from Glasgow and that, you know, and he said, you come down, there's a wee place down there that we go to learn guitar and that, you know.
Yeah.
I said, really, Dad? He says, son, I think you should come along with me and you know, watch your guitar and that. So I says, aye, Dad, all right, I'll go down with you and that, you know, and we went down. He's not a singer and that, you know, but I was a bit of a singer myself, you know, so I says, all right, I'll come with me and a few chords and that, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I was,
What the fuck are you guys? I was just going to turn around and go, for fuck's sake. What are you guys fucking laughing at?
I was told to do that by Al. He goes, when he asks you this question, put on your broad Scottish accent.
But that's good.
I'm
sorry,
man.
The funny thing about this, guys, I'm the only one who can understand you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
No,
The
no,
joke's
it's
on me
okay.
then, man.
Fuck.
Sorry,
I've spent more time in Scotland than you can fucking. I drink the best single malts, and you fucking. You know.
I didn't even know what to say. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, that's okay. We dram. Yeah, you know.
Anyway, to the question.
No, fuck. You need to start again. No? Okay.
It was actually when the turning point actually was when my dad. Sorry, man. My dad took me down to the guitar class, you know, and I learned how to play, and the guitar. It was like a little school, you know, and so they wanted you to sing as well. So I started singing in the class, and it was great fun. My dad didn't like it because he had big fat fingers and he couldn't get on the chords on the guitar. You know, so, but that was the turning point. That's when it started. Sorry, man.
No, that's okay. It's funny because I've been through all the Glens and stuff, and I get to Perth and end up in this bar where you've got like Scotch, you know, the best Glenfarclas 42-year-old, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, where you from? And I go, I'm from Perth. You're near from Perth. And there's more than one Perth in Scotland, mate, you know, like, you know.
Well, in actual fact, I think I've got this weird accent, as you know. It's kind of half and half these days. But the reason it all started was because I couldn't make myself understood when I first came out here. You know.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to a bakery in Calbarry, I think it was. You know, and a little girl behind there said to me, you know, what'd you like, mate? I goes, hey, he's a pie. She kind of looked at me. She had no idea what I just said. I got a pie. Yeah, give some sauce on it and all. And eventually I had to ask for a sausage roll.
Yeah,
because she didn't know a pie was. You know.
It's funny because like when I was in Perth in that bar, I said I'll have that 42-year-old Glenfarclas, you know, like beautiful nip, you know, and he puts it on there and he said, and I'll have some ice in that. He said, "You never put ice in that."
Yeah, I
And
know.
I said, "But I'm buying it, mate. This is my money." He said, "You fuck right, I'll fucking get it."
Can we edit that in case my kids want to see this?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Your kid's going to watch this?
Not yet.
We've already sworn about 5 times. It's these guys' fault, ladies and gentlemen.
I think they're
You
all
know, they're trying to play a joke on me. Backfired.
Yeah.
So, okay, where are we? The turning point, you did that. So, when did you come to Australia?
I came. That's going back to that story I was just.
Yeah,
about to
1982.
mention. Yeah, 1982, which was. I followed out my girl, my high school sweetheart type thing. You
Yeah.
know, and her family emigrated over here, and she stayed for a while back in Scotland. They came out here first,
Yeah.
and so I decided, oh, you know what, she's going to leave at some point, and she ended up, you know, she was going to leave. So I said to her, how about we get engaged? I think I was like 16 or something. Oh, really? I said, yeah. So I said, let me get the engagement ring. So I went out one Saturday, and I went round all these, in the middle of Glasgow, there's this, it's all jewellery arcades. You know, so I went right around every single jewellery shop. I had $400 in the pocket to buy this engagement ring. And I couldn't
£200 or 400?
Well, it was 400. Might have been £400 actually.
Whoa.
It was quite.
Wow, that's a bit of money.
Used to be rich once.
Yeah.
And
Now then you become a musician.
anyway, I got to the end and still hadn't found the perfect engagement ring. And just outside the arcade shop, there was a music shop. And in the window, in the shop front, was this saxophone. Now, I stood there and I just looked at it. I'd love to learn how to play sax. So I walked into the shop.
Sex? No,
Yeah,
not sex, please.
So I walked into the shop, and the guy just happened to be the best sax player, the salesman in the shop. And I said, mate, can you show me a little bit about this saxophone you have in the window? Yeah, mate. So he starts playing it. I was just blown away. I thought, this is me. I've got to have this. So he said, look, mate, it's a great special. So I gave him $400 or £400, whatever much it cost, and put it in the back seat and went home. And when I got home, my girlfriend says to me, oh, did you get the ring? And I said, mate, you got to see this ring. It's even in this massive big case. I dug myself a bigger hole, mate, you know. So I took her out to the car, opened the back seat of the car, and she's looking at this big case. She goes, what's this? So I opened it up. She goes, what? That's a saxophone. I said, it's a Boozy and Hawks. It's a really good make. I've never been very good with a girl since, you know. So then, anyway, a little while after that, she decided, I'm not staying with this idiot. And she came over to Perth to be with her family. And then I got all heartbroken. And I thought, I've got to get over there. So I came.
So was that 16 or 17, was it?
Yeah, around about 17, I think.
And you left your family in Scotland to come here.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big move.
Yeah. Well, it was, but when I got here, she was going out with someone else, so it didn't work. And
You can't blame her. You bought her a bloody saxophone. You should have got
and you know, the funny thing is, fast forward all these years.
Yeah.
Probably about a year ago, I was playing a gig up in Mindarie at the Boat Tavern, and she lives there now. And she was there with with her husband. She's got 4 kids, and we had a great time. You know,
Wow.
laughing away and everything. You know, so it all works out in the end. Yeah. She made the right decision.
Yeah.
You know?
So after you got over all of that, when you got here and obviously she wasn't going to be with you, you concentrated on music, yeah?
Yeah, well, I got involved with a band called the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
In the early 80s, and
You've jumped my little thing here actually, because your first band was the Distant
Echoes. Back in Scotland,
Oh,
that was
so-
a
So
band
you
that
had
was-
started playing in Scotland?
Yeah,
so,
I had so
yeah,
I've done a bit of music and stuff and played a
Yeah.
few, but not a lot, but we did a few, and
Yeah.
then I played with the Hurricanes when I came out here. So
Remember the Hurricanes?
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
And that sax. Sorry to keep going back to the
No,
sax.
that's, mate, you can go back to the sax.
I
as
played a
much
bit of
as you want.
sax in that band.
Yeah.
And I always remember, I think it was was it the stadium back in the day?
The Herdsman was,
Herdsman
yeah,
was there.
stadium.
You know how they used to all have all the big big lights and the full
Yeah.
stage productions and everything. And I always remember learning that because we were into the Springsteen, that kind of vibe at the time. And we went out and it was coming up to the solo, you know, the big Born to Run solo. And I think I'd spent about 3 weeks just making sure this was right. You know, big moment. The lights are really blinding you. And I went to the front of the stage to give it the big, and I missed my footing right into the front of the audience, falling over. And the F sharp key broke off the top of the.
So you couldn't play.
I couldn't play a high note, dude.
Did you ever think about comedy?
No. No.
So who was in the band, Hurricanes?
2 brothers, great songwriters as well. James and Carl Bellicini.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the drummer was Nick Tallis.
Oh, right, yeah.
And their keyboard player at the time was a guy called Trevor Jones.
Yeah, Trevor Jones.
Trevor Jones. I think he actually committed suicide a few years after. Unfortunately, yeah, he's just I don't know what happened, but yeah. And then they moved to Sydney. I didn't go with them, but they moved and they got another guy playing guitar.
Being a Scotsman, you like drinking?
Not anymore, actually. No. I used to, but I've kind of calmed down these days.
You recorded an album called Drunk. So, you know, what year was that? Although it's got 1996 written here. Thank you, Al. And who was on the album? What?
So that was John Zachariah played on drums.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Zach. American guy playing bass, Dana Beckett. He's living in Melbourne now.
Yeah.
And he was a great bass player. And then Jacko, my mate Michael Jackson, me and him were great mates, and he played some keys on there.
Have you seen Jacko lately, or?
I spoke to him about 2 weeks ago, actually.
I haven't seen him for a while. He played in Hooker for a while after Rob Gallagher.
Hooker, my favourite band.
Yeah.
That you were going to ask me that, weren't you?
No. Oh, well, I'll ask you some questions. But
No. It's
if you're going to say Hooker, then we'll just
Yeah, just skip
now.
skip it.
Let's just talk about
Skip it.
Hooker. No, so you supported Bryan Adams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
Was that at the End Centre?
It was on the back of that album, actually. At the End Centre. Just a stroke of luck, actually.
Yeah.
Just the support act they had to cancel, and they had to have someone that was local, and so put my hat in the ring, and we got lucky, you know.
Cool. You played in Gunshy Romeos,
and
I know one of my favourite guys, Fab, was in that band. Uncle Fester.
Oh man.
Who else was in that band?
He's the legend, Fab. Boris Kossi was on drums, Boris, and Pete Rurak was playing bass. So we played for years and years at the Elephant. And
Boris is running Cosmic now, isn't he? Or?
He is, yeah. They're great guys, but like you say, Fab. I really connected with Fab on stage. You can't help.
No, you can't help connecting with him.
Just love the guy. He's just, and with the voice and the stage presence, he was just.
Yeah, the only time I've worked with him was in the Pub Legends when we, just awesome.
Yeah, no.
We had some funny moments in the rehearsal studio with him, didn't we? He was unbelievable.
He's
great guy. No, that would have been a lot of fun, eh?
Great days. Yeah.
Likes
a drink.
Yeah. Yeah, unlike us.
Yeah, that's right.
So talk to me about 46 Brigade.
Well, 46 Brigade sort of like came after the Gunshies. That was more of an original project that I wanted to start up, and started it with a few different members at the beginning, Stefan Elbow and Matt Milford. And, and then it's evolved to the members that are in it at the moment. We just released an album last year, which went pretty well. That was with Duncan McIntosh and the Pettit brothers, Sam and Ben. So
all great players. I played with them all. Yeah.
So that's been a lot of fun, and we're just trying to do what we can with it, I guess.
So on Facebook a little while ago, I'm sure I saw was it you just singing a solo song, or? Yeah. Is that song part of the 46 Brigade?
I think you commented. Was that the one that's wrote about my father?
My dad? Just awesome.
Yeah, that was no, that's not on any of the albums or anything, but it was just a personal song that I wrote when my dad passed away.
It was awesome.
It was it was the defining moment in my life when my dad died. He went in for an operation and didn't come out, and just internal bleeding and stuff.
When was that, Craig?
Oh, that was 1995, 26th of March he died, So it was like, Yeah, and of course, back in those days, you know, trying to get a flight over there, it was hard, but they kept him on life support until I got there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I don't know if he heard me, but I sort of sat there and said, you know, what I had to say. And,
He would have heard you, I reckon.
yeah, but cheers, Dad. You know.
Yeah, good. I mean, yeah, it's you never forget when your parents die. And
Not at all. No,
Yeah.
you just, yeah.
life's funny, isn't it?
Yeah. No,
Anyway, let's not get too morbid, but yeah. So these days you play solo as well, as
Yeah.
well as 46 Brigade.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you've got a single launch.
We have,
Coming
yeah.
up.
Yeah, the 46 Brigade single launch is coming up on the 14th of November
Yeah.
at in Mojo's.
Mojo's,
And, yeah,
yeah.
so if you...
Oh, that'd be
come along,
great.
if you can ask the...
What night is that? The 14th.
It's actually a Sunday. Sunday,
Okay.
we've got a couple of bands on.
Yeah.
Bravo Inferno and Will Udall, who's like similar kind of music to us. So I think hopefully
So can you give me a sense of what 46 Brigade's music is like? Or
it's kind of like an indie pop rock kind of vibe. I
Yeah.
try and keep it kind of melodic,
Yeah.
with a bit of energy, I guess. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how I'd describe it.
So what was the first concert you went to as a young boy?
Ah, Springsteen. Oh, actually, that wasn't my first one. I went to. I think the first one I went to was Thin Lizzy. Actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
Phil
That was
Lynott.
brilliant. Yeah, Phil Lynott.
Have you been to Dublin and seen his
No.
statue? And
No.
Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah.
So what would the first single you bought would have been? Can you remember?
First single.
Remember that?
I,
First album?
I got no idea actually. I think first single I think I bought was Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Douglas or something. I think.
Wasn't Bye Bye Baby
Nah, I can't. Oh yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
with the kilt? You didn't wear your sparring
Not
tonight
tonight.
either.
I thought I'd get a wee miss for you.
A wee
tonight,
miss?
Gary, aye.
Did you wear a kilt or?
No, I did at my brother and sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I went back to
Yeah.
at the time. But nah.
Is it
I
true
don't-
what they say that they don't have underpants under the
Yeah,
kilt?
oh,
or-
definitely, yeah.
Yeah, just dangling.
No, you've got to just let it
Let
it down. No, in my case, there's not much to see. You know, even if it's flat.
Especially when you're in Scotland, because it's like just shrinks to this.
I
I
know.
know my experience there, but anyway.
That's it.
So, what was your earliest influence? Bruce Springsteen, you've mentioned. But
Definitely, yeah. I liked kind of almost like punk at one point. I was right into bands like the Starjets.
Yeah.
That was, in fact, that was one of my favourite albums.
Yeah.
It was War Stories, and it was just
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah.
You had other jobs through your life?
Yeah,
And-
yeah. Well, one of my most favourite jobs was actually the very first job I had was as a lemonade
Lemonade.
boy. You know, you get on the back of the truck and you take lemonade bottles to, and it was great. And then I got into, I was trained in telecom, originally, and when I came over here, I tried to get a job, anything I could find, and I ended up working with BHP.
All right.
In Belmont, they had a little lab there, and
Yeah.
sort out the minerals and stuff.
All right.
And ended up going to set up camp up in Meekatharra. I always remember that. And that was my first job experience in Australia. And I will never forget it because,
Meekatharra is such a raging place.
well, we set up the camp and I was lying back and looking at the stars and thinking, man, this is amazing. What a place have I come to, you know? And went in, had a couple of drinks at the pub with this guy. His name was John Beer, believe it or not.
John
but-
Beer.
And he was driving the truck, and we went in, and I always remember this bar. The barmaid was stunning, absolutely. I couldn't take my eyes off
Get
her.
your saxophone out.
I'm sitting there having a couple of beers, and John Beer, he's trying to sort of crack on with the barmaid, you know. Anyway, I thought, this is it. We'll go to bed, camping under the stars. But 1 o'clock in the morning, I feel this kind of little sort of push on my shoulder. So I looked around, I thought, is that a dingo or something, you know? And it was the chick from the bar. She said, do you mind if I jump in?
Couldn't believe your
Welcome
luck.
to Australia. Of course I don't mind, darling, you know. And yeah, so that was my first job that I had here. And Since then, I had
first
job.
job?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was my job.
I thought you said something else.
Oh
The
yeah.
second one.
And oh no, I don't know. I don't think it got.
It just went to my head.
And then other jobs I did was like, what else have I done? I worked for a cellular phone company. I had in technology and ended up doing quite a bit of work for them overseas in China and stuff for a while. And while you're on jump, I'm probably going on a bit.
No,
like,
please.
When I talk
Knock
about
yourself
jobs,
out. I'll just go and get it.
what was it? The job that I most loved? I started up a little company in electronics, and we're based out of Subiaco, and we got this contract to basically to make electronics for. It was a guy who was based in Ballantyne, and he was underwater cameras, like ROVs and stuff. So we make the electronics for it, and then he got this big contract from Miami, and we had to ship the stuff over there. And it was like all the big rich Hollywood stars and stuff like that will have them underneath their boats,
really?
to check the hulls and stuff.
Wow.
But anyway, we forgot one thing when we were testing it, to test it in salt water. I mean, this guy that he owned it, his name was Ted Kneebone, and he had this massive big water tank up in Ballantyne, and that's how we used to test these ROVs.
But it was just normal water.
But it was normal water. And as soon as they sent off to Miami, they went and they all started going haywire because the salt was affecting the electronics. So we modified it, and he sent me over there, and I spent 3 months in Miami. Loved it, and had to go out on these boats with all these big rich people and stuff, and they ended up using these things in the little spas that were on board the boats.
Oh, really? So they could
look up at the chicks that were on the bikinis. I'm like, man, this is not. That was unbelievable, but that was my working experience apart from music.
You can tell me about all the other stuff after we finish this, okay?
I'm saying nothing.
Were you listening to any music on your way here in the car?
Yes.
Who were you listening to?
I was listening to the Murphy Brothers.
Oh, wow. Their latest album.
Yeah, I love that album.
Yeah, I haven't heard it yet, but I've seen snippets on Facebook.
You've got to hear it. It's great. Really
They're great musicians, aren't
brilliant,
they?
Brilliant.
They're world class.
Really great. And the songs stand up. The production was by Travis Bryant, and that was brilliant as well. So, yeah.
Well, Travis, I suppose he's not flying now, is he?
Nah, not at the moment.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So, favourite band of all time, like absolute, that's it,
I suppose it maybe Boston.
Yeah.
Maybe Boston, yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
Some great songs, eh?
Yeah.
Great singer.
Yeah.
So if you're stranded on a deserted island, just off the wee coast of Scotland, the wee coast of Scotland, you could only take one album with you, what would that album be?
That would be Keen, Strangeland.
Wow.
Yeah, because...
First time we've heard that.
Yeah, it's just one of these albums, for me anyway, I just love listening to it start to finish.
Yeah.
That would be the one.
So the best band in the world that you saw live?
Yeah, definitely Springsteen.
Springsteen, yeah.
Wembley Stadium.
Yeah. And the best Perth band you saw live?
Cover band or original? So I actually think for performance it would be Perfect Strangers.
Yeah.
I think
Great band.
I thought I loved them.
Yeah.
Of course, Hooker.
What can I say?
Oh, sorry. Were you in that band?
No, yeah, I was.
Oh,
and I was, but the producers, coughing because of V Capri probably.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You didn't mention V Capri.
I should have said, yeah. Oh, they were better than everyone.
Were they?
Yeah.
How much did he pay you to say that? Oh, God. What was that band before V Capri? No. The Beatles. That's right. Yeah. That's the one I'm thinking of. Did you see Muff and the Divers?
No, I heard the name, but I don't think I actually went and saw them, no.
Yeah. So, favourite TV show growing up?
Probably Faulty Towers, maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
Or Love Thy Neighbour.
Yeah.
I liked that show. That was kind of. I don't think it would be too appreciated.
I'll have half.
something like that. Yeah.
You couldn't watch that now because
Not at all.
Nig Nog, you can't put that on TV, can you? You know, and no offence to anyone there for any reason whatsoever, because it was cool then.
No, that's what they did back then.
Yeah.
From YouTube.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. And you know what? Another TV show that I liked growing up, and I don't know if it was maybe prophetic of it, was Skippy, believe it or not. Yeah, I was watching that all the time, and Tarzan in Scotland. That's what, yeah. There you go.
Edit that bit out, guys.
It was edited. No, leave it. I like it.
So what does the future hold for you, Craig?
I don't really know. I think I like to spend a bit of time helping my kids get their dreams. You know, my son wants to play AFL. That's his dream.
How old is your son?
He's 16.
And what's his name?
Lachlan
Lachlan.
Ballantyne. Yeah.
Hi, Lachlan Ballantyne.
Yeah. And my
Nice
daughter is she's a pretty decent little singer-songwriter.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'd love
great.
to try and help her because she just wants to be a muser.
And how old is she?
She's 15. So
A normal 15-year-old?
yeah.
Girl?
Yeah, yeah. She's but at the moment she's living with her mother down in Bustleton. So
Yep.
I've got my son with me.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah.
And so is your son like doing well at football? And
Oh, he's a great player.
what position is he playing?
Well, he used to play kind of half forward.
Yeah.
But he broke his arm earlier on this year, and it was a really bad break. It was like at 90 degrees coming out. So
Yuck.
we got the rods put in, and we trying to help him, and he's just going through a bit of rehab just now, but he's still doing a lot of training.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll get there.
Yeah, knocks
He's
his
committed.
confidence a
He's
bit.
definitely committed. So
West Coast or Fremantle, you think?
I'm trying to get him in Freo, but
So, would you really want to put your son through no wins, no premierships, no nothing, when he could go to West Coast and...
well, it's got to happen someday, guys. It's got to happen. And I reckon a couple of years' time we'll be there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to call you in a couple of years and
Okay.
say what's happening still. Okay. Do you have...
Yeah, and I've also got a stepson who actually works in the same store as your producer. He used to work with Harvey Norman. He's not there anymore. He's working with the good guys, but Kellen.
Lucky for him, huh?
Yeah, so yeah.
Cool. Do you have any unfulfilled ambitions?
You know what? As of tonight, not. Because I always wanted to come on the profile, believe it or
really?
not, yeah. And I always wanted to play at a festival, which I did last week.
Wow.
And I think I've kind of achieved everything I personally want to do in
Wow.
life now. I think I'm all right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I can just retire into the nursing home and read my book.
So that was 46 Brigade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Sam
Yeah,
Pettit. and-
that was
yeah.
last week at the Gidstock.
Wow, because he left Darren Reid the week before. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yes. So, I don't know. We were lucky enough because we didn't think he was going to be playing that gig, but yeah, so he was available.
No,
come
you
did it.
couldn't wait to play it. I
Yeah,
think.
it was fun, man. It was great. Yeah.
No, good. He's a great guy too.
Yeah.
And he speaks very highly of you
Yeah,
as
he's
well.
good,
So do you collect anything, Craig? Apart from saxophones?
Nah, not really. Nah. I went through a little stage when I collected, these beer coasters?
Yeah.
I had like hundreds of these, and I was going to make a big thing all over the wall or something, but
Yeah.
I kind of lost interest. So, but no, I don't think so. No,
No?
I don't really collect them.
What would you put on your gravestone?
Probably something. Well, that was fun.
Well, that was fun.
Enjoy yourselves, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Just I've enjoyed my life. I've been lucky
Yeah.
in so many ways. So, when I go, I go, and I hope everyone else has a good time. That's just kind of So
I saw you performing at the Musos Club in
Yeah.
at Lake Munga
Yep.
last month.
That's
Yeah, and what strikes me about you is you always look happy. You've got an essence and a effervescence for life, if you like. And
I like. I know. Personally, I've had a few moments where I've been really down. When my ex left, and you go through these phases, but I've always thought if you exercise, it will help you. And that's for me. It's been kind of my savior. I just get up and I'll go, all right, do something, and then you feel a bit better for a while.
Yeah.
But hasn't always worked. But you know,
Especially with a hangover.
yeah, that's right. But at the moment, I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no. Thanks for saying that. Actually,
No.
I like to think I'm a happy kind of chappy.
Yeah, I've always thought that. Yeah, always happy to have a chat to you. Yeah.
Likewise,
over
mate.
the
Yeah.
years.
You're a bit like that too, though, aren't
Yeah.
you?
I have my down moments, but you never show anyone, do you? You just
Nah.
get on with it. And
That's it. That's it.
sometimes you wake up in the morning and there's like a brick wall you got to climb over, but you just climb over it somehow or get
Yeah,
around it. And,
That's it.
and
Yeah.
then at the end of the day, you look back and you go, "Oh, I did that."
Yeah.
you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. No.
And I suppose the people who can't do that, or I'm being very profound here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Have problems with and get depressed and have
Yeah.
anxiety, and I suppose we don't understand enough about that.
No, we don't. I remember, without getting too deep, I was around about my mid-30s, and I couldn't believe that people got depressed. I used to even question, what is depression? What is that? Yeah, what's wrong with you? You know. But now I know what it is because
Yeah.
I've been there myself
Yeah.
for quite a few years. Well, I say quite a few years. Maybe, look, I've managed to bring himself out of it, but
Yeah.
there's definitely, you know,
It's a challenge, isn't
Oh,
it?
it is, mate. Yeah,
Getting
but-
old's a challenge.
Yeah, that is too. but-
Ask Al, he'll tell you.
Yeah, that's right. But hopefully, really
Yeah.
happier years ahead. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Is there something we don't know about you that you want to share with us, or something else you want to talk about?
I think I mentioned earlier on about losing the top of my finger in the skiing accident. So
Oh, right.
that was probably. It's not much came off. It was just a little. Okay, you can probably see the little difference.
Yeah.
Not much, but it's hindered my guitar playing so a
Wow,
little bit. Yeah.
of course.
I don't think I've got anything else. I've got. Sorry.
Travel what?
Oh yeah, maybe. Speaking about travel, I did quite a lot of traveling when I was younger. Did a documentary in Antarctica, which was
Oh, right.
probably something that was a highlight of my life, actually. Yeah, and went through the whole of Europe. And so yeah, I've done a lot of traveling in my younger years, and yeah, would never regret that. You know, that was just something that. But probably when you're saying what's your ambitions moving forward, maybe to make some money at once, you know.
Yeah.
Well, because
You're a
I've been
musician.
broke my whole life. It'd be nice just to have something, you know.
Most people from Scotland are, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you know. My dad always used to say to me, you know, when I used to ask him for pocket money,
Speaking Scottish.
well, so you want me to speak in Scottish?
Yeah, please.
I said,
They won't understand
Da.
it very well.
Dad, you get 50 pence. And he'd go, 40 pence? Why do you want 30 pence, son?
He's,
You know, I go,
The old
"Okay."
saying about Scottish people is always
It was a
they
time-
keep their hand in their pocket, they just won't move.
What was it? Copper wire was invented over
Yeah.
two Scotsmen fighting over a
That's
penny.
it. But you know, the funny thing is that, like, I've been to Scotland a few times, and I'm from Newcastle, obviously,
Yeah.
the most
Why
northern
I
city in
like-
England.
Well,
Where
yeah.
you
Well, yeah,
you want
well,
to hear? You want to hear his talk, man. You know, they won't understand us. But
We can start the show again and
yeah,
just go.
we just talk Geordie and Scott. No one will understand anything. But yeah, just Scotland's a beautiful place, and the people really nice,
Oh,
really
yeah.
welcoming, and
It's great.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a lovely place, man.
Yeah.
I've got cousins and relatives that live up in the Highlands, and
Yeah.
that's a beautiful
Yeah,
spot. So.
it's just frigging cold. That's all. It's just too cold.
It
isn't
is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Look, Craig, excellent to chat to you.
you too, mate.
Yeah.
It's been a real
And
pleasure.
known you for a long time.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's good to get you on the show. And
Yeah.
the joke, well done, guys. You know,
Sorry,
I understood everything you
apologise.
said.
I
No,
know.
no. That's
Al said to me,
that
he
was
goes,
funny.
when you're on there, when you ask this question, can you please turn it into your broadest Scottish accent? I didn't even know what I was saying. I'm going, all right,
We there's some.
I was like, you're going,
Yeah.
what's this guy? Was he on? You know, and I'm like, does he get that pissed after half a glass of wine? Anyway, no, that was great.
Mate, thanks for coming in. Great having
Thanks
you.
very much, mate. That was great.
Really
Yeah.
funny. It was
Cheers.
great. Look, that's it for tonight, folks. If you want to subscribe to The Profile, www.theprofile.com.au. Thank you, producer Alan Simpson, Mark Whitehouse, Phil Strawn. Always love your work, guys. And tune in next time. We're going to go to a clip. And thank you very much. Good night.
just wanna go home. Yeah, I wanna go home. 'Cause I am not okay. Don't tell me reason tomorrow. What's done is done. We can't borrow time. We can't press rewind. How can we face the future? Broken and gone, and we go on and on. We go on and on, wasting time. I can't go back. I can't go back to that. What do I care? What do I care? Don't tell me there's a tomorrow. What's done is done. We can't borrow time. We can't press rewind. I wanna look to the future. Yesterday's gone, but it goes on and on. It goes on and on. While we play, I can't go back. What's done is done. I can't go back. Leave this. I can't go back. What's done is done. I can't go back. Leave this. I can't go back. What's done is done. I can't go back. Leave this. I can't go back. What's done is done. I can't go back to that. Reverse the future.
At Procopy, we can transfer audio to CD, make CD, DVD and Blu-ray copies, transfer video to DVD, Blu-ray or HD, digitize slides and photos and supply custom USBs. You can see more details at procopy.com.au or call us on 08 9375 3902 for more information.